Hi, and welcome to Gear Wednesday here on Friendly House TV.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Michael, and in this episode we're going to introduce you to the brand new Native Instruments Traktor Kontrol S4 MK3. What's new, Daniel?
Yeah, on the decks we have completely new jog wheels with motorized platters. We have the new mixer layout with the mixer effects on it. We have this from scratch developed interface in it that's supposed to sound bigger than any models before, and we have much more in the details.
Oh, cool. So, the deck section of the S4 MK3. What's new? What's old? What's the same? What's awesome here?
On the top row we have this fact strip that's similar to the old units. We have a dedicated browsing section on each deck.
So, what we press view, oh, then it's opening the browser on Traktor. If we hold shift, we can actually go through the playlists. We release shift and then we just select the track, push, back to normal view, that's it.
Yeah.
Quite fast, nice.
On the deck itself, we have the turntable mode, where the platter is spinning. It's behaving like a turntable.
Oh, so if we touch it on the top surface, it behaves like pretty much like a record on a slip mat. Oh, and if we touch it on the frame here, it will actually provide a resistance like we know from back in the days from turntables, so we can break it down or we can accelerate the whole tune. That's pretty nice. It feels stunning, I have to say.
Yeah.
Cool. What else?
Then we have the jog mode, where the platter is still standing.
Reminds
like
me of a
CDJ.
CDJ.
Exactly, like on a CDJ, with two different modes. The one mode with
You will actually stop the record if we touch it above there, and we can
like
do a rewind.
Mode on the CDJ.
Yeah. And then like this. Ah, okay, I see. We can actually just break it down.
Yeah, like
That's
the CDJ mode.
Okay, so what's this grid button for here?
The grid button is kind of a special one. It actually lets us change the grid on the fly manually by turning the platter. So if Traktor's not really accurate with the grid, we can change it.
If I get that right, sometimes Traktor doesn't analyze the tracks right, so we actually don't have to cue precisely on the one, right?
Yeah.
So we can actually, by holding the grid button and turning that, manually adjust our cue points. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also on the decks we have this new haptic feedback.
Okay.
That gives us a little expression, a little physical
feedback
when we hit the one or we hit a cue point.
So if we do a cue point here for now, I actually feel a vibration here on the turntable mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so we actually get a physical feedback from the controller itself if we are just above a cue point or a one of our track, and we don't actually have to look on our screen anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
So let's move up to the loop section. We have the loop and the move controls. We have this little display on it. It shows us a waveform, it shows us the loop length, remaining time, key and tempo of the track, as also the track name. We can switch decks here. So
AC, BD. We have 4 decks here on the S4.
Exactly. What I need to mention is that the screens still lack of a view of the browsing mode or a view of the effect select. What in my opinion is kind of a big lag.
Okay, so that's actually something we actually have on the S8s. We have 2 big, I would say at least 4 times bigger multicolored displays where we can actually do browsing and all of that. So we actually still have to look on the laptop screen, for example.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we have the transport section. The knobs, the buttons got a little bigger, what's kind of nice. The pads got a little smaller, but they have quite a good feedback.
Well, they feel nice.
Yeah.
What I did observe is that they actually, on both decks, they're not mirrored, but they actually have the cue and the play buttons both on the left side. So they actually designed the layout like they would be 2 individual single players.
Like in an actual club set, yeah. Exactly.
Well, that makes sense actually. Yeah. Okay, so the pitch fader is also quite...
Yeah, it's high resolution. We have the master and sync on top. Yeah.
So, the mixer section. On one hand, it looks a little bit cute to me, personally, to be honest. On the other hand, it looks actually quite professional. It reminds me a little bit of the club standard, like with these knobs and, I mean, what's going on
It
here?
actually mirrors a club standard mixer with the new layout. On the top, we have our gain controls and our input selects.
So I see line, funnel, so we can actually choose between, on each channel, between Traktor input from the computer or external input, such as a CD player or phono inputs or a turntable. That's pretty nice. Then we have these effects arrows, I see.
Yeah.
I guess they're related to those.
Exactly. They are dedicated to the 2 strips on each deck.
So we can assign them to, I don't know, this channel, to the right or left section. So this should work now.
Yeah.
It does. Can I do it both?
For sure. You can assign the right section as well to each individual track.
So I can actually assign one channel to 2 effects chains. That's pretty powerful, I have to say.
Exactly.
Okay. So then we see like the EQs.
Yeah, just standard 3-band EQ, the switchable inside the preferences of Traktor.
Yeah.
Like on the old units.
So they can kill or whatever.
For sure.
Have a boost or a attenuator.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have also individual meters here. They look quite nice.
Yeah.
And then these mixer effects, as they call it. Reminds me a little bit of a Pioneer mixer, obviously,
Definitely,
right?
Definitely.
Everyone would think about that.
Definitely. That's one of the newer features, the mixer effects. We have 4 assignable color effects.
Okay. So I see like multicolored here already. So they are actually, we have 4 effects, and one effect is individually routed to one track, or what?
Yeah, actually we can route them however we want.
Okay.
Let me show you with the filter. If you press the filter, we have it on each deck.
Okay, so we have a filter here, like the color filter. And then we say, okay, this effect just goes here. Then I hold 2, or how was it?
Yeah, just press it.
And now I have a different effect, the 2 effect on deck B here. Which is not doing anything right now, but okay, well, it's super fast to assign it, and we actually have a very powerful, flexible mixer effect section here on top of the effect section we know from previous controllers already.
Yeah.
Impressive, impressive. So we have the Q buttons here as well, then those faders. Whoa, they feel nice.
Yeah, they feel way better than on the old units. Also, we have an optical crossfader.
Oh, good for turntablists. So it's actually not closing through a mechanical part, but optical.
Yeah, options for that we have on the front panel.
Okay, so we can actually assign the crossfader to the individual decks. We also have fader curves for the crossfader.
Exactly.
Which is pretty important for people who do want to cut with the crossfader. And then we have a microphone input and headphone output with a small check and a big check.
Exactly.
That's pretty nice. Well, looks super clean. Like on top of everything, we have the master and the booth knob here. As far as I observed so far. So the master is a balanced output with XLRs. The booth as well, also balanced with TRS outputs. And yeah, all the other inputs, and the mirrored signal of the master is RCA. So unbalanced.
Exactly.
Nice. So Daniel, I think that's about it, right?
Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time.